Stop. Good afternoon. And how are you? We haven't been together for some time. I decided to come through this afternoon for us to have a chat. Oh, you see, it's interesting. Technology, isn't it? That's technology. But as I was saying, I haven't been with you for some time. I decided to come through this afternoon to find out how you're doing and how you're keeping. The last time you saw me, we were on telling you the story so far. And it happens that this Friday afternoon is beaming, by the way. It's really, really beaming across London. So I felt, let's get a camera on and let's get some conversation going. I come in with a question. I come in with a question for you. And the question I have for you is what is titled right below the scrolling. Oh, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Kojo Bonti Amoako. Kojobontiamoako. I am the lead servant of this media platform. So my role here, I'm more the chief results director. I have a question for you, just for the next 10 minutes. I wanted to ask you, what do you say to you? What do you say to you? You know, there are times where, as we go through life, there are so many things that visit us, that causes us to be very not nice. There are circumstances that has a way of making us not being very kind to ourselves. There are moments where we can be very, very, very hostile towards us. And we do this because either we are hoping for something that is not coming our way. We sometimes do this when we are trusting, believing, working to achieve something and it's not coming through as we planned it to be. And in these moments, or in those moments, or in the moments to come, we are so tempted to be very unnice, unkind to ourselves. And one of the things we do, which I used to do, which I've learned and I wanted to share with you, comes from this question. What do you say to yourself? Do you say you are not clever? Do you say that you are not intelligent? Do you say that I don't have what it takes? What do you say to you when you are with you? What do you say to you when you have the moment just wrapped up with you and yourself? What do you say to you? What are the internal dialogue that you have with yourself? I remember I went through a very traumatic experience many, many years ago. And I remember when this situation came up, everybody was giving me their version of how I should handle it. Everybody. And these people that came into my space had good intentions. But for some reason, I built this resilience or had this conversation with myself and thinking, I am the only person who knows how I feel, and I have to be the only person to spend the time with me to deal with me. Now, I am not saying what I went through I did not need, or support was not needed. I went for support. But when it came to the dark moments, when the lights were off and the curtains were down and everybody had left, the question I asked myself was, what am I going to do? Because I was the only character in this film. And what did I say to myself? I had to spend time speaking to myself, speaking to my conscious, to my subconscious, and bring it out in my superconscious. You're wondering, what is conscious, what is superconscious, and what is subconscious? Conscious is what we see. Subconscious is what we don't see. Superconscious is what we bring out. I remember, guys, when these moments were on, I was really, 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 really devastated. This gentleman came to spend some time with me, and I remember he said this to me. In these trying moments, in these difficult seasons, be careful what you say to yourself. It never left me. And I wanted to ask you this question. What do you say to yourself? As you pursue your dreams and as you strive for excellence and as you work on your visions, what do you say to yourself? What type of affirmation do you give to yourself? The story of what we say to ourselves comes in one way. I would love to share with you, and I'll leave you. For those of you who are tennis lovers or tennis players, or those who follow the sport tennis, there's a lady called Coco Gauff. Coco was playing in Paris. Some call it Paris, but Paris is what I'm told it's called. And she was playing her match at a time with a lady called, I think it's Louis Busson. And Louis is good. And Louis, I guess her name is Louis. It's Louis, yeah. Or if you know, and I'm not pronouncing it well, please correct me in the comment. And I recall whilst I was watching, Louis, because she had home advantage, she was playing in her place, and Coco had come from the States and she was playing with her. Whilst they were playing the game, interestingly, the crowd began chanting the name of Louis. They began chanting the name of Louis. Coco was hearing the name, and she decided, I'm going to speak to myself differently. In an interview which she had that I listened to, she said, when I heard they chanting the name of my opponent, I decided to call my name. I decided to chant my name. I decided to remind myself of who I am. I decided to speak to me. I decided to speak to myself, telling myself I am great. I'm gifted. I have what it takes. I'm going to win this. I decided to drown out every chanting and every name that was being mentioned to tell me that I don't have what it takes to succeed. Coco said, I decided to chant my name. I called my name. I called my name, Coco Gauff. She would take the racket and she would hit it. And every time she hits it, she just calls her name. And in calling her name, Coco said, I was talking to myself. Coco said, I reassured myself in the court, in the face of my opposition. When I heard people mentioning, chanting, reciting calling the name of my opponent, telling me psychologically that I didn't have what it takes. Coco said, I called my name. What do you call? What do you call into existence when everything around you is calling another name of defeat? What do you call when everybody around you, or when everything around you is not calling what you want to be heard or what you want to hear? That's the right grammar, right? What do you say? What do you do? Who do you speak to? How do you talk to yourself when everybody around is saying what does not match your internal conviction? Coco Gauff, she said, I called my name. She reminded herself of the greatness that is within her. She reminded herself of the years and the hours and the weeks of her persistence, consistency, her diligence, and her focus. And I tell you what happened. Because she reminded her of her greatness, of her possibilities, of her fantasticness. I like that word. I just created it. Because Coco reminded herself of the greatness that is within her. She spoke to herself and said, listen, I might not be in my home country. I might be in a different country. I might not be with the people that I'm familiar with. But I'm familiar with me. I'm familiar with Coco. I want to assure you on this sunny summer afternoon, when the tides are tough and the moments are very difficult and you don't have anybody cheering you, I would want to recommend somebody to you. You. Because within you lies that greatness. Within you lies that potential, and all you need to do is to trust the process and you will be fine. I end with this. Life has a way of telling you you don't have what it takes. Life has a beautiful way of sharing with you that you don't have what it takes. And it comes to all of us. It comes to the best of us. I remember I was having a coaching session with my business coach. And I said, listen, confidentially tell me, do you get discouraged though? Do you hear things that drowns out your greatness? Do you feel sometimes? He goes to me, it happens to me all the time. But I speak into it. I teach my mind to respond to what I wanted to respond to. Did you hear what I just said? I teach my mind what I wanted to do. What do you tell your mind? What do you say to you when you are in the moment where you are not certain? What types of affirmative words do you give, share, gift yourself? What do you say to you? I would suggest you say something nice, that I have what it takes. I'm going to win. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to persist. I'm going to push through. My friends, I want to thank you. Thank you so very much that you made time in spending with me. Until next time, I hope we can make this moment again, and we will have a beautiful and a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time together. But before I go, I ask you a question. What would you say to you when the times are tough? Think about it. What would you say to you when the times are dicey? I will call my name and I will remind myself of the greatness within. Until next time, until we meet again, I wish you all the best, and I wish you success in everything that you do. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, I really would love you to subscribe to it. Okay? And until we come in next time, I wish you all the best, and have yourself a fantastic and a beautiful weekend. Take care. Bye bye for now.